the difference of it, Leo, like to take this group down for a semi-final in a venue like this, where you talk about watching Super Rugby before, like, this is the uniqueness of this makes it a very interesting challenge.
Yeah, Derek called it. To be fair, didn't you, Derek? What was that last week? So yeah, it is a great challenge. Yeah. So. And that's what you want. Like, you want different experiences. That's the whole the beauty of having the big four South African teams in the competition. And we've watched, and like, again, not to go too far back, but it's like, you think the professionalism and all the rest, and like we've lots of us been around for that. So and where we've got to in the expectation and the pressures, like, as in. To think, we haven't won the last three finals, but like, that was a thing of dreams once upon a time, to play in three finals in a row in the Champions Cup. Obviously, what would have been the All European Cup. So, we've had plenty of success in the competition as well. So, but like the work that goes into to get to that point, and then you throw in the dynamic of this competition, that you've got to juggle that over the course of the season, and players being back and forth with Six Nations, November National. So there's so many moving parts. But yeah, like, it's an unbelievably exciting challenge, isn't it? Like, so to think back to when professionalism started, and you're watching Super Rugby, and it's like it was like it was, they were up there, and we were sort of like, there was sort of, I don't know, was it an inferiority complex or what? But like, you couldn't really say that now. But it's to be able to embrace the challenge of doing it now, which is the exciting part. So in a knockout game where you have to first get there, and hopefully we'll be there by Saturday. What time's the kickoff? Maybe we'll land in Saturday morning. So I think if you arrive in Saturday morning, probably the altitude of the effect. So you might do that option, travel Friday, land Saturday.
The way Ulster went that game, was that a valuable experience to go through before you go to the final?
Yeah, like, as in, we know that's, and Bulls, there will be some similarities there as well. Again, I watched the very start of that game, and there was a kick that bounced, and you see Curtly Ireland say he scored a try. Again, I didn't really see much else of that game, but definitely, like, the aerial game will be massively important. But again, our guys, there's so much experience in our group, so it's just embracing the challenge now, isn't it? So, and making sure we're imposing our game on the opposition. So, which is the Bulls. We played the Bulls ourselves. What was that, round 13? Where they had a fully loaded group, and we were coming off the back of Six Nations, and we had sort of. We had a mix of some guys come back in from the Six Nations with some guys that had played the previous week, against Zebra as well, which you think was obviously there. Of this block of games we're in, that was 1 and 2, and we're at 13 now. So, but it's been hugely exciting, and that's what I was touching on here yesterday. You don't want it to end, really. You know what I mean? Like, because you think there's guys there, like, see Ross Maloney scoring a try there, and he's obviously going to be moving on to a different challenge at the end of the season. Mike Ayato coming on, and like, you can just see the intent he has in all aspects of his game. So that's just mentioning two players. So yeah, for the group, listen, like, just embrace the challenge. It's different, it's going to be hard. Yeah, brilliant. You know what I mean? We want to just get excited by it. It's different, but hugely exciting nonetheless.
Gary and Jack on one of those points, and how did they both pitch up for today's game?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I think everyone's okay. Yeah, a few guys just a little bit of sort of tightness and cramps and that type of stuff, but I don't think it's anything major. And yeah, Gary and Jack should be good to go, hopefully. So the plan is for them to travel, hopefully.
Is there any word on Hugo? Are you expecting Hugo back?
No.
For the semi-final or potential final?
Not next week. No. One game at a time, so he won't be on the plane to South Africa now.
You talk about the support from the fans and the amount of money to spend. Like, there's hardcore fans that might wonder why one of the best fullbacks in the world is not available, while understanding what he's going for, his individual interests. What would you say to maybe the Leinster fan wondering why he's not playing?
Of course. But you have to understand, like, for all our fans and the group, I think, as well. You want, like, a top end player like Hugo, and he's been an unbelievable servant for Leinster and for Ireland. And like, he's still, like, a relatively young man. You know what I mean? So he gets the opportunity to represent Ireland, where you could win an Olympic medal. So if you look at through his lens, And it's a difficult choice for him to make because, yeah, he felt bad, like as in particularly, off the back of, lose Champions Cup final, and he's comes back and he plays the game, and he doesn't like leaving the group. So, but again, there's an opportunity there. So it's one of those tough choices, and I think everyone has to support him in making a tough choice because, there's two amazing opportunities really. So you just want to support players because again you want to give them opportunities, so again it extends his time where he'll get, hopefully in the future, that we will be whatever in the situation where we're playing Bulls. It's not an Olympic cycle, so but you hope when he's up for contract next and he has the opportunity potentially to go somewhere else, that he goes, listen, I want to stay here because of the loyalty, support that everyone has given me. You guys in the media who've totally backed him, supporters have totally backed him. So, and you don't have to ask me very difficult questions then.